Om Gurureva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guruh Paramam Shishurasmi Guru Matirasmi Guru Mama Pahi Guru सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनपेतमपेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. In my last upload, I said that Bhagavan Krishna was about to leave to Dwaraka, and at that time, Uttara Devi, she came running and she said about her problems, that some missile is coming after her, and Bhagavan Krishna, using his Sudarshana chakra, he protected Devi Uttara and the 5 Pandavas. Towards them, the 5 missiles are coming, released by Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya, and Bhagavan Krishna protected them. Seeing this, Devi Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, she, from her heart, she praised Bhagavan Krishna. And those beautiful verses are collected together as Kunti Stuti. So let us see what Kunti Devi, how she praised Bhagavan Krishna. It just flowed from her heart. Let us see that. And this Kunti Stuti comes in chapter 8, Canto 1. Namaste Purusham Twadhyamishwaram Prakrutam Param Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Andarbahiravastitam. Bhagavan Krishna, you are that Adi Purusha, you are that Param Purusha. You are inside everyone and you are outside everyone, but no one can, Alaksham, no one can see you or notice you. You are everywhere, but no one can notice you. Maya javani kanchana vajjana dokshamajavyayam na lakshyate mudadrisha nato natyadharo yatha. You are everywhere, but no one can see you because you are hiding behind the screen of Maya, just like how an actor, no one can know the real actor, who that person is. We can only see the role he is performing. No one can see his, understand his real nature. Just like that, you are hiding behind the screen of Maya. Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidhanartam Katam Pashyemahi Striyaha. Even the great Paramahamsas, we cannot even recognize them and they cannot recognize you. The great bhaktas, the great people who are supreme in bhakti yoga, they cannot recognize you. Then how a stree, a woman like me, how can I understand you? You are that Brahman, she is telling. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. You are the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. You were born as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, but you appeared as the Nanda Gopa Kumaraya. You have appeared as the son of Nanda Gopa. To that Govinda, I offer my salutation. I worship that Bhagavan Govinda. Nama Pangajanabhaya, Nama Pangajamaline, Nama Pangajanetraya, Namaste Pangajangradiye. Namaste Pangajanabhaya. From Bhagavan's navel, the entire creation is coming, and it is represented as that, it is denoted as the lotus flower. So the lotus flower coming from the Nabhi of Bhagavan, it indicates the creation. So this entire creation is coming from your Nabhi, from you. So Pankaja Nabhaya, Pankaja Maline, you are wearing this mala of lotus, which implies that this entire creation, you have created it and wearing as your lotus mala. In Bhagavan Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, he will say, in the 7th chapter, he will say that all these worlds are just like pearls, and I am wearing it as a mala. So I attached it to the strung towards the string, and I am wearing this mala. So just like that, Pankaja Maline, all this creation, I am wearing it as the lotus flower mala, that is my garland. Nama Pankaja Netraya, one who has the beautiful eyes just like the lotus flower, petals of the lotus flower. Namaste Pankajagraye, and he has a lotus mudra on his feet. So that Bhagavan I worship. Yata Hrishikesha Kalena Devaki Kamsena Ruddhadishiram Sucharpita Vimochitaham cha Sahatmajad Vibho Tvahevanathena Muhur Vibhadganat. The cruel Kamsa, that Kalena Kamsena, that cruel Kamsa, Devaki and Vasudeva, your parents Devaki and Vasudeva, were kept in the prison, Shirena, in the prison for a long time by the cruel Kamsa. And you came and relieved them. You made them free. Just like that, you are relieving us, myself and all the Pandava children, from all the difficulties, what all situations we have faced in life. All that situations you have come and relieved us, just like how you made free your parents, Devaki and Vasudeva. And now Kunti Devi is telling what all the difficulties from which Bhagavan Krishna has saved them. When Bhimasena, the children were very young, Bhimasena was poisoned by the Kauravas. You came there and you helped them. And you helped Bhimasena, and because of that only he is alive now. And many incidents when we were in the Vanavasa, when we were during that period of Vanavasa, you saved us from many Rakshasas and many cruel animals and Rakshasas. So that is all that help. And when in the battle against the Maharathastra, against the Astra of great warriors, you helped them. And even now, the Astra released by the son of Dronacharya, there is Ashwatthama. Even now, you protected myself and my children. So all these help you have done. Without you, we would have not been alive by this time itself. Kunti Devi is just, it is all these emotions are, she is pouring it from her heart. And they are so sincere words, in not just to, for the face sake, not like that, just coming from her heart. Vibhata santuna shashvatatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yasyat punar bhavat darshanam. So when each time the difficulties come, I myself, I feel your presence. And now, Kunti Devi, she makes a very bold statement. Out of that devotion, she's telling, let me invite some more problems. so that only in the problems, in the vipata, that is in the accidents or in that difficult situations, I am able to realize your presence. You are with us. So again and again, when some the like situations like this come, again and again I will see you, I will feel your presence. So that's the end of my birth. That I will be liberated just like that. So let many vibhats come like this, she's telling. जन्मैश्वर्यश्रुतश्रीभिरथ मानमथ नैवाह्यद्यभिधातुं वै त्वामकिञ्चन गोचरम्. Twamakinchana gocharam. And she's telling the people who are so infatuated by their janma, by their birth in a royal, in a noble family or in great families, the people who have aishwarya, many wealth, people who are so much infatuated or give so much importance for their materialistic studies, all those people, they are not qualified even to tell your name. They are not qualified because you are Namo Kinchana Vittaya Nivritta Guna Vrittaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Because you are the wealth of the people who do not have any other wealth. They may not have the noble family, they may not be born in a noble family, they may not have any education or ignorant like that or no wealth, but you are the wealth of the people who do not have all these wealth. So that Atma Ramaya, one who is always absorbed in the self, Shantaya, because of that you are always Shanta, Kaivalya Pade, that Brahman, that only being who has no duality, non-dual being, I worship that Bhagavan. मन्ये त्वां कालमीशानं मनाधिनिधनं विभुं समं चरन्तं सर्वत्र भूतानां यन्मिथः कलिः. You are the Lord of the time. You control the time, and the time sees no difference. It sees whether it is a good man or bad man, or whether he has studied more, studied less, wealthy or not wealthy. It destroys everything. Everything is destroyable by time. So only you, worship to you, devotion to you, that cannot be destroyed by time. Everything else is destroyed by time, and you are the controller of the time, controller of the time. You have taken many incarnations, and no one understands you. You are not understandable to anyone. No one is special to you, very friendly to you, or no one is enemy to you, but you destroy the people who disturb this earth, and you destroy them, but they think that you are an enemy to them, but actually you are friend to no one and you are an enemy also to no one, but people do not understand that. They do not understand your maya. जन्म कर्म च विश्वात्मन्नजस्या कर्तुरात्मनः तिर्यं ऋषिषु यादसु तदत्यन्त विडम्बनम्. You have taken incarnations in all beings. As a Tiryang, as an animal, you have taken incarnation. It implies the Nrsimha Avatara. Yadasu, as an aquatic being, you have taken an avatara, Matsya avatara, as a rishi, Narayana rishi. So you have taken incarnation in everywhere, in all beings. Your incarnation is a mystery, as Kunti Devi is telling. गोप्याददे त्वयि कृतागसीदामथावत् याते दशाश्रु कलिलाञ्छन सम्भ्रमाक्षम् वक्त्रं निनीय भयभावनया स्थितस्य सामा विमोहयति भीरभि यद्बिभेति. This is about the Dhamodara Leela. One day, when Yashodhama was busy with some other work, Bhagavan Krishna wanted to grab her attention, and so in anger he broke all the earthen pots which were filled with milk, butter, ghee, everything. And when Yashodama came and saw that place, it was full of butter, ghee, and everything, and all the pots were broken. So, in order to punish Bhagavan Krishna, she tied her to a stone mortar. And at that time, Bhagavan Krishna's face was so big that Kunti Devi is telling, so fearful. He acted as if fearing Yashodama, and Kunti Devi is telling, even the god of death is afraid of you, and you acted just like vimohayati bhiravi yad vibhediti. You just acted like bhaya bhavaniya. Bhaya bhavanya, you just made your face as if you're fearing Yashodhama. And she is just recollecting that incident. I can remember your face like that, she is telling. केचिताहुरजञ्जातं पुण्यश्लोकस्य कीर्तये यथो प्रियस्यान्भवाये मलयस्येव चन्दनम्. Many people, you were taking your avatara, your incarnation in the Yadukula. Many people tell many things about it, and some say that already the Yadukula was a famous kula, very noble lineage of kingdom, and you were born there to add more auspiciousness or more divinity to that clan, to that Yadu clan, just like how the Malaya mountains, when the sandalwood trees in the Malaya mountains, it gives more credit to that mountain. So just like that, you were born there just to make that clan more and more famous. अपरे वसुदेवस्य देवक्यां याचिदोऽभ्यगात् अजस्त्वमस्य क्षेमाय वधाय च सुरद्विषाम्. And some people say, some other people say, that you are born to Devaki and Vasudeva because they worshipped you and requested you to be born as their child in their avatara as Sutapa and Prishni. That time, when they were in that previous Janma, in that Rupa, they worshipped you and they wanted you to be their child. So, to satisfy that, you were born in to them as their child and satisfied many of your duties in this incarnation. Some people say that भारावतारणायान्ये भुवो नाव इवोद्धतौ सीदन्त्या भूरि भारेण जातो ह्यात्मभुवार्थितः. And some people say that you took this incarnation to relieve the earth from all its bhara. Bhara means killing many asuras. So that you saved the earth, just like how a boat is to be capsized. When a boat is to be capsized at that time, taking off that extra load from it, so the boat will be saved. So just like that, you saved my earth, the Bhumi Devi, by relieving her of the bhara of the many asuras. Just the Mahabharata war was over. Because of that, we have taken this avatar. Some people say, Bhavesmin klishyamanana avidya kama karma bihi shravana smaranarhyani karishannidi kechana. And some people say that the people who are ignorant, they think about your leelas, they hear about your leelas and think about that. So the people, some ignorant people, but they may be your bhaktas, so they always think about your leelas, and by that way they get liberation. So all cannot meditate on Bhagavan, the Nirguna Brahma, or even Saguna Brahma, the form of Bhagavan. But when one remembers the leelas, different leelas of Bhagavan, so that is one way of attaching our mind to Bhagavan. So ordinary people like us, it is one way of attaining moksha, liberation. For that you were born and you have done so many Leelas so that people will remember it. For that you have taken this incarnation. This some people say. शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्त्यभीक्ष्णशः स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाः त एव पश्यन्न चिरेण तावकं भवप्रवाहोत्परं padambujam. So people, Shrunvanti, they hear about your leelas. Gayanti, sing about your praise them. Grinanti, remember you, understand you. Smaranti, they always remember your leelas. Nandanti, worship you. So by all these, the mind of the bhaktas, ordinary people who are ignorant, their mind will be completely attached to you. So, and in the end, they will attain your pada, padambujam, they will attain your pada. For that, you have taken leelas to help your bhaktas. And Kunti Devi is telling, so your avatara itself is to help the bhaktas, and we are all your friends, you are dependent on you. So at this time, Krishna, are you leaving us? At this time, crucial period, when the war is over and we are about to take the Rajyabhara, Yudhishthira is going to take the oath, or that take the kingdom. At this crucial time, are you going to leave us? Because of this war, we have created many enemies, and so they will come come on war against Hastinapura. So at this time, you are going to leave us. She questioned Bhagavan in a very obliging way. केवयं नामरूपाभ्यां यधुभिः भवतो दर्शनं यर्हि हृषिकाणामिवेक्षितुः. We, the Pandavas or the Yadukula, we are all just the Nama Rupa. We do not have any power. We won this war because of you. We are just Nama and Rupa only. The people who are Yadu and Pandavas, both of them, you are that power. So if you go, we will be just like the bodies without the soul. That is, bodies without any life. So are you going to leave us at this period? She is asking. Neyam shobhishyate tatra yathedhanim gatadhara त्वत्पदैराङ्किता भाति स्वलक्षण vilakshitaihi. Even if you go from here, the marks on your feet will not be there. That is, your footprints will not be there on the soil, on the ground of Hastinapura. And this Hastinapura is prosperous only because you are walking on this ground, you are walking on this soil, and because of that only Hastinapura is very prosperous. It has all the Aishwarya, all the wealth, and all the strength, and here there is prosperity in every way, good vegetation, good water, nothing, good water and good vegetation, everything, the rain is coming at the right time. So everything the Hastinapura has only because you're walking on the soil of Hastinapura. So are you going to leave this place and go to Dwaraka now at this junction especially? अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं चिन्ते दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु. This is also another bold statement of Kunti Devi, because she has so much devotion to Bhagavan Krishna, so much gratitude to Bhagavan Krishna, and she is telling, oh Vishvesha, the Ishvara of this whole world, Vishwatman, the soul of all beings, Vishwamurti, you are that all forms, you are pervading everywhere, and so you are the forms of all in this earth, in this universe. That Bhagavan, I just cut my connection with the Pandava and Vishnu, Pandaveshu, Vishnishu. Just cut the connection, Chindi, just cut the connection of love towards the Pandavas and Vrishni, and let me have the complete devotion towards you. If my mind goes to the Pandavas and the Vrishni, then I cannot wholeheartedly show the devotion towards you. The same with all of us. We cannot completely devote our mind towards Bhagavan because we have so many responsibilities and so many, we are dedicated or devoted to something else. So Kunti Devi is telling, just cut me everything from all the family life and let me have complete devotion towards you, bhakti towards you, she's telling. She's telling that just like how the Ganga flows to the ocean, just like that, let my mind with complete devotion flow to you. Just cut me from all the other connections. And finally, she see Bhagavan and tell these verses. Sri Krishna Krishna Sakha Vrishna Rishabha Avanidrugra Janya Vamsadakana Anabhavargavirya. Bhagavan, you are Bhagavan Krishna. You are the friend Krishna Sakha. You are the friend of Sri Arjuna. And you Vrishni Rishabha, you are the leader. You are the lord or the leader of the Vrishni Kula, and you destroy all the people who do disturb the earth, who are bhara to the earth, you destroy them. Anabharvarga you are that warrior or leader who cannot be won by any enemy. Govinda, oh Govinda, Godvija Surarti Haravatara. You protect the go, that is the pashu, the cow, dvija, the brahmanas, because they know the Vedas, and sura, the devas. You protect them, and that is your Leela Avatara's Lakshya also. Yogeshwara Akhila Guru Bhavan. To that Bhagavan, who is the Akhila Guru, who is the Guru of this universe, to that Bhagavan, I give my word, I offer my salutations, or I pray that Bhagavan. Devi Kunti said this, and it just flowed from her heart of due to gratitude. And when Kunti Devi said this, Bhagavan Krishna, he just smiled and nodded his head and saw Kunti Devi. But he was not ready to stay back in Hastinapura. Again, he was about to mount his chariot. But at that time, King Yudhishthira, he was so depressed, and seeing the depression of Sri Yudhishthira, because King Yudhishthira was so much depressed because of this war, many people died. Many people died. So just for this body, for the sake of this body, which is going to be eaten by the jackals and the vultures tomorrow, when the soul leaves this body which is made of 5 elements is good for nothing. It is going to be tasted by the vultures and jackals. Just for this body, I have killed so many people. And he said that I have killed the children, the brahmanas, the friends, my relatives, fathers, brothers, teachers, and the like. So all I have killed. So everyone I have killed, and I made many women without their husband and children. I just orphaned many children, many women. No one is to take care of them. So I'm so depressed. Do I need a success for just like this? And Bhagavan Krishna, he supported the Pandavas not because they are Pandavas, because he himself said there is no one dear to him or enemy to him. Just because the Pandavas were upholding Dharma, Bhagavan Krishna helped them. So Yudhishthira also, just to uphold Dharma, he has done this, but he didn't realize it. And he was so worried and depressed in spite of Bhagavan Krishna consoling him, Veda Vyasa consoling him, many acharyas and rishis consoled him. He didn't hear that. He was so depressed, he was in a depressed state of mind. So Bhagavan Krishna thought that we will go and see Bhishma Acharya, who was lying in the bed of arrows on the Kurukshetra war field itself because he is waiting for the right time to leave his body. So they all went into Kurukshetra war field again. And Yudhishthira, King Yudhishthira, he drove in his chariot first, and all the Pandavas, including Arjuna, who was in the chariot, and Bhagavan Krishna, he drove the chariot, and they all went into the Kurukshetra war field. At that time, Bhishmacharya's face was so full of tejas. Everyone thought, because even when we have a small cut in our finger, we suffer a lot. It will be shown in our face. But Bhishmacharya was full of so brightness in his face because he is always meditating on Bhagavan Krishna. And he was just waiting for the right time to leave his body. That is the time of Uttarayana. So he was full of tejas, and he saw the Pandavas, Bhagavan Krishna, all of them are coming near. And hearing this, that is Bhagavan Krishna along with the Pandavas has gone to see Bhishmacharya. Many rishis along with their students, many rishis like Bharadvaja Rishi, Bhadrayana, then Vasishta Rishi, Atri, Gaudama, Vishwamitra, Sudarshana, Sri Shuka, Kashyapa, Angiras, many rishis, and with all their sishyas. So, just like in great group, they come and they all assembled in here around Bhishmacharya, who was lying on the bed of arrows. So, Bhishmacharya saw all of them and he just saluted all of them. And he was so pitiful for Kunti Devi and Yudhishthira. And seeing Kunti Devi and her children, the Pandavas, he said, what all sufferings you have experienced in this lifetime. What all sufferings. Kunti, you are so young, you are also so young, and you have so small children, and your husband left you, he died. So you were carrying all these children, and at that time also you have been experiencing so much difficulties from the Kauravas. So what a life it is, how much you have suffered. And he said, and saying Yudhishthira and the Panchali and the Pandavas and Kunti Devi especially, he said, Yatra dharma sudho raja gadha panir brughodhara krishnostri ghandivam chabam suhrut krishna tado vibhata. The Dharma Putra, the son of Dharma itself, is your son. And another son is the great Bhimasena. And another son is Arjuna with his Gandiva. And more than all this, Bhagavan Swayam Krishna itself is your family friend. But in spite of all this, you have suffered a lot. What all difficulties you experienced. What all difficulties you experienced. In spite of Bhagavan itself is your friend. Well, we should guide everyone. In spite of all that, so much difficulties you have experienced. And he saw Yudhishthira and said, Tasmadidam Daiva Tantram. All these are Daiva Tantram, that is the divine play. Just all these are divine play. Vyavasta Bharadarkshabha Tasyanu Anatha Natha Pahi Prajah Prabho. So all this, just take it as providence. What else can be? The divine play, or the because of the time it all happened. Just imagine like that. It is like that. It is that only. And now many people in Hastinapura have become anatha. They are or they are orphaned by this battle. They have their husbands have died, their children have died, the women have lost their children, husband, brothers, everyone, all the men, almost all the men, other than the men who cannot go to the war, either they may be paralyzed or like that, or they may not be able to fight. Only such people are there in their house. Almost all the men are killed in the battle. So all the women and many people, children, all of them have become orphaned. and you become the Natha of them. You take the responsibility of that orphaned people of Hastinapura, and you rule the kingdom just like a lord, like a Prabhu, he said. येष वै भगवान् साक्षादादधौ नारायणः पुमान् मोहयन्मायया लोहं गूढश्चरति वृष्णिषु. This Krishna who is born in the Vrishnikula, he is that Narayana, Sakshat Narayana. He is no one else, he is Sakshat Narayana, hiding his real nature, using his yoga maya, is born in this kula of Vrishni. So he is Bhagavan Narayana himself. Asyanubhavam Bhagavan Veda Guhyadamam Shivaha Devarshi Narada Sakshat Bhagavan Kapilo Nrupha. No one can understand the real nature of Bhagavan or Bhagavan Krishna, only partially Bhagavan Shiv or Devarshi Narada or Kapila Rishi. They can understand a partial of him. He is that Paramatma, and he is your friend, and he has no malina in him. He is free from all taint or anything disadvantage or negative in him. That's why Narayana, you considered him as your friend, and as your dear friend, as a messenger, as a charity, as an advisor. You have taken advantage of that Swayam Narayana. You have used him in all the ways, but he is that soul of all. And now just to see, I was on his opposite side. Just out of mercy, he has come now to see me. He has come to see me, and now you have come, Krishna. You should be here till I leave my body. This Sri Bhishmacharya requested to Bhagavan Krishna, and seeing Bhagavan Krishna, Bhishma also, from his heart, he poured his prayer, his worship and praise to Bhagavan Krishna, and he said, यिधीमतिरूपकल्पिता वितृष्ण्या भगवती सात्वत भुङ्गवे विभुम्नि स्वसुखमुपगते क्वचिद्विहर्तुं प्रकृतिर्मुपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह. Now let all my desires go away from my mind. Now let my mind be free from all the desires. And to that being who is the soul of all, who is all pervading, let my mind concentrate on him. And this Bhagavan Krishna, really, he is that supreme Lord who is always in reality all pervading, and who is always absorbed in his own self. And he has done this sportive, all these leelas, and he has created this world itself out of his yoga maya. So let my mind completely go to him, free from all the other desires and all the thoughts. Let my mind go to him. And now at this juncture, Yudhishthira asked Bhishmacharya about many Raja Dharmas. Many Raja Dharmas, like what are the dharmas of particular varnas and particular ashrama, what are the dharmas to be according to the Vedas. The world has to attain prosperity and all that. What are the duties for that? Many duties, many dharmas. So what are the duties of the women? What are the duties of the king? What are the duties of the praja? Like this about all the dharmas, because Bhishmacharya was a great scholar, bhakta, jnani, everything. So he asked him, great warrior, So he asked all these questions to Yudhishthira asked all these questions to Bhishmacharya, and for that Bhishmacharya gave a very clear but brief reply. And in this juncture only, and that juncture only, Yudhishthira asked Bhishmacharya to tell about how to pray Bhagavan, what form of Bhagavan should I pray. And for that only, Bhishmacharya at this time about to leave his body, at that time, seeing Bhagavan Krishna's Mahavishnu, he recited the Vishnu Sahasranama, the 1,000 namas of Bhagavan Vishnu. Just think that how pious is that Vishnu Sahasranama. So he said the Vishnu Sahasranama, and after telling all that and telling about all the dharmas and the duty, Raja, Dharma, Raja, Karma, everything, and Bhishmacharya from his heart, he worshipped Bhagavan Krishna who is in front of him. He knows that he is Parabrahman, and he said, and Bhagavan Krishna, who is none other than the Supreme Being, the Parabrahma, he is born in this Yadukula using his Yoga Maya. Actually, in reality, he is that all-pervading being, the soul of all, who is always absorbed in his inherent bliss. He is that Para-Brahman, and using his Yoga Maya, he has created this universe. So let my mind go to him now. He said, he ordered his mind, and he said, I do not want liberation. I want Bhagavan. I consider devotion as a supreme. And he said that, and he described Bhagavan Krishna when he was in the battlefield. And he said that, he described the Rupa of Bhagavan, who is in the Tamala Varnam, that is, that it is a dark colored bark, that tree, with a very bluish tint. He is of that color, and his pitambara, that is his garments, is of the color of the Surya, the early morning Surya, that is yellow in color, yellow color garment he is wearing. And his front locks are just hiding his forehead. That itself is a great beauty to see. And when he was on the war field, he was fighting, the dust arisen from the hoofs of the horses, elephants, men, all are running. So because of that, the dust will come up, the fine dust. So that dust, it settled on his dark hair, dark colored hair, and it appeared like a brown colored curly hair, and all over him it is full of dust, and the perils of sweat are on his forehead. To see that itself is a great beauty. He described Bhagavan, that is, he just saw Bhagavan in his mind, and he said about an anecdote or an incident that when the war was going on, Bhishmacharya was purposefully avoiding the Pandavas because he knows that on that side is Dharma. Because of his vow only, Bhishmacharya is on the side of Hastinapura. And he was purposefully avoiding Pandavas, and he is the Sena leader also. Bhishmacharya is the Sena leader. And seeing this, Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra and the Kauravas, he came and said to Bhishmacharya, you are purposefully avoiding the Pandavas. You are eating my food, my salt and rice, and you are helping the opposite party. So this Duryodhana said to that grandchild Bhishmacharya. This insulted Bhishmacharya very deeply. And he said to Duryodhana, before tomorrow evening, before the sun set tomorrow evening, I will kill the Pandavas, he said. And he went to the tent. Understanding this, Bhagavan Krishna, understanding this, he asked Draupadi, that is the Panchali, the wife of the Pandavas, to go to the tent of Bhishmacharya. So at that night time, it was so dark, and get the blessing of Bhishmacharya. So Draupadi went there and she fell on the feet of Bhishmacharya. The habit of Bhishmacharya is when any woman fall on his feet to get his blessing, what he will say is Dirga Sumangali Bhava, like that only he will say, which means that your husband will be there for a long time till your life goes, your husband will be there. That is the rough meaning of that blessing. It has a very deep meaning, but this is the rough meaning of that blessing. So, seeing a woman have fallen in his feet, Bhishmacharya blessed Dirga Sumangali. When she got up, then only Bhishmacharya realized that it is Panchali, the wife of the Pandavas. So he has to break his vow now of killing the Pandavas. He cannot kill the Pandavas because he has blessed Panchali that your husband all will be alive. So Bhishmacharya immediately understood this is the brain of Bhagavan Krishna. And he took a vow, since you made me to break my vow, so I will also make you to break your vow. I will create a situation where you have to break your vow. What is the vow of Bhagavan Krishna? That he will not take any ayuta, any weapon in the battle. So this I will break. Bhishmacharya challenged them. And in the next day during the war, Bhishmacharya was just showering arrows on Arjuna. And seeing this, Bhagavan Krishna got very angry. He just took the Sudarshana chakra and he didn't even realize that his upper garment is falling down. He just ran towards Bhishmacharya. But before that, Bhishmacharya went inside that army, hid behind the warriors. So he made Krishna to take that weapon. So this anecdote, this Bhishmacharya remembered and said, I made you to do like that, but I know that you are Bhagavan Srimad Narayana himself, that supreme being. And he said, Lalita Gadi Vilasa Phalguhasa Pranaya Nirikshana Kalpidorumana Kridamanu Kridavatya Unmadantha Prakriti Makhan Kila Yasya Gopavatvaha. Now he is remembering the Gopikas. The Gopikas, because of their love towards you, Krishna, they just remembered all your leelas. They were just telling about all your sportive actions. And by that way itself, very easily enjoying you, they attained you. So just like that, let my mind also merge in you, Krishna, he said. And he said, Tamimam mahamajam sharira bhajam hridi hridi drishtitamatma kalpitanam Pradidrishamiva naihadarkamiham samadigadosmi vidhuda bhedamohaha. So just like when we see the sun is one, but when we see the sun, its rupa or its the reflection of the sun will fall on all of us, on all our eyes. So it appears like many suns. So just like that, Bhagavan Krishna, he is that Para Brahma, supreme being, but he appears as if he is in the heart of all of us. It appears that he is in all of us. Let me merge with that unitary being, this Bhishmacharya said. And he just discarded his body and merged with Parabrahman, Bhagavan Krishna. And Sutta Pauranika is telling, कृष्ण एवं भगवती मनोवाग्दृष्टि वृत्तिभिः आत्मन्यात्मानमावेश्य सो अन्तःश्वास उभारमद. So telling this, his mind, vak, that is a speech, and all his vital powers, mana, vak, drishti, his mind, speech, and drishti, all merged in Bhagavan, that supreme being, Bhagavan Krishna. And he just discarded, he just threw off this body which is made of 5 elements, and he merged with Brahman. His speech, his mind, and the drishti, all, he was seeing Bhagavan Krishna like that, and his mind also concentrated on Bhagavan. No speech, no words, he just merged in Bhagavan. And after that, Yudhishthira and all the Pandavas, and along with Bhagavan Krishna, and the many rishis were assembled there along with their sishyas. They all performed the last rites of Bhishmacharya's body. And the rishis and the shishyas, they went to their hermitage. Bhagavan Krishna, along with the Pandavas, they went to the Hastinapura palace, where Dhritarashtra, King Dhritarashtra, and Devi Gandhari were crying and worrying about losing all their children in the battle. And they also came to know about the leaving of Bhishmacharya. And Yudhishthira consoled them, all of them, and they all observed the mourning period for a particular period of time. And Yudhishthira, he took the kingdom, and he started applying the Raja Dharma, and he started ruling the kingdom. So that's the end of chapter 9 of Srimad Bhagavata and Canto 1. In my next upload, I will continue with the rest of Srimad Bhagavata. श्रीनारायणाखिलगुरो भगवन् नमस्ते।